Hey, Paul.
Hi. Hi,
How are you?
JJ. I
How are you?
am wonderful. I've never been better.
Yeah, that's good to hear. We're running a little behind, but that's not a big deal. Computers are computers and they're dumb. Let's just leave it at that. So yeah,
And
hey,
we can search and replace the word computers with JJ in that sentence, and it still applies.
most of the time, most of the time. Yeah.
I jokes. I jokes.
So who are you?
That is an excellent question. My name is Paul Tchaikovsky, and I am a managed OpenShift black belt at Red Hat.
Wonderful. And
And
hi,
who are
my name
you?
is yeah, exactly. Hi, my name is JJ Asgar, and I'm a developer advocate for the IBM Cloud. And like all good developer advocates, I am sometimes have real big problems streaming, but that's a good thing and a bad thing. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so hey, um, Paul, we've already got
Hi.
questions. What are we doing today?
I forgot. Oh, I know. I know what we're doing. So last week we futzed around with the that fork of the Mozilla. Is it Send? Is that what it was
Yes,
called?
yes, it was.
Right. And we got that running on Kubernetes, and then we connected it back to S3 and showed us like storing a file in S3. So we kind of got it working and functioning as desired. But
Mhm.
we were talking about it either as we were wrapping up the stream or after the stream, that it would be kind of cool to come back and write a Helm chart for installing it that we can then share out to the outside world, to other weirdo idiots who think it's a good idea to A, run Kubernetes at home, and B, run a file copying program at home.
Yeah,
But
well,
hey, you got to get those Linux ISOs somehow, right?
exactly. And it seems that one of the challenges we saw with the app was that there was a Redis backend that was needed
Mm-hmm.
to store state. And
Yes.
as we started going through it, we realized we could run the simple container, and the container would do its thing. But as soon as we decided to restart the container, that's where things got weird, because then all of a sudden things were gone. So if we created a Helm chart with a Redis backend and all the configuration needed, um, everything would be great. And Paul, I've already got a stream um, folder on the Tmux box, and also I've already connected it to a Kubernetes cluster, so we can do this on vanilla Kubernetes. Um,
Amazing.
so
Oh, so we're
it's
just
already
good. We're just doing straight up vanilla Kubernetes.
yeah. Let's just
Good
start there for
stuff.
right now, and
Absolutely.
then we maybe next week when we come back together, we can look at doing this, putting this onto OpenShift to show the kind of the natural progression of
Yeah.
of of someone doing this, because there's a whole world of Helm charts on OpenShift now, so that would be
Right.
really neat. Okay,
Cool.
so um, let's see how this goes. And also, like always, if anyone has any questions or thoughts, please don't hesitate to throw them in the chat while we're doing this. Otherwise, we're just going to kind of just jump in and go, right? Right, Paul?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, am I going to share my screen? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
Um,
let's have you drive today because of
all right.
my atrocious internet access or whatever's going on here.
So let me go ahead and hit this.
All right,
Hopefully, you see my screen. Look at
I
that.
do.
All right. So I have Visio source
Mm.
code. um, and let me just. How do I make this? What is it?
I just have to write some JavaScript to make it bigger or some shit.
Right.
That was a joke. That was a
How is
joke.
that? Hopefully that's actually pretty readable. Tell me if
Oh,
that's readable.
one more up, one more up.
All right.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
All right. So all I've done so far, I created a readme.md and wrote Helm chart for send. Right. So that is as far as we've got. Now, JJ, do we have the manifests we wrote last week? Please tell me they're somewhere. All
Yes.
right. You have a look for them, and I will give us a intro to Helm. So I'm going to type this, helm create send. So what that's going to do is it's going to create a Helm chart like scaffold from a set of templates that will basically give me a somewhat working way to install an application. So it creates a values file, and you can see in that values file we have like an image, replica count, etc., right? Now it just picks Nginx for the default, but obviously this is going to be like send something latest, whatever, right? So we need to update that. And then in templates, it creates a bunch of templates. So, primarily we care about this deployment template. And you can see this curly braces. Basically, this is like we're going to fill something in from Helm, either from the values file or from other details it knows about what I'm trying to install, right? So, for instance, here, replicas is getting the replica count value, etc. If we have to use an image secret, it'll give us an image secret there. Here's our image, so repository, tag, pull policy. That's pretty common. And then you can see if we don't provide a tag, it'll try and guess it by the version of the app. If we didn't want it to do that, we could do default latest, because that's how we roll, right? So this is the Go templating language. It's pretty straightforward. There is a library called Sprig, S-P-R-I-G, that gives us a bunch of functions. So for instance, like to YAML to convert just a block of text into actual YAML, etc. Doing things like indenting and stuff. So that all comes from that extra tool, extra library. Yeah, so it is relatively straightforward. You see we have a deployment, ingress, service account. And also, and this is fairly new to the default Helm template, but if you want to enable auto scaling, it will also automatically set up a HPA for you. Oh, so nice. What we now need to do is, JJ, did you find?
No, because we didn't. We did it all through the GUI, didn't we?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think we all did it. We did it all through the GUI.
That's fine. We will roll with it. Do you want to paste the URL for send? Yep. With the git repo for send, and we'll just jump to that. It'll only take us a few minutes to catch up to where we were, I think, because it was relatively straightforward, and hopefully we remember the weird things we had to do.
There we go.
All right, so let's grab that and open it up here. And I will enhance, enhance, maybe too enhanced. All right, and so we are looking for, I think our best thing to look at might be this Docker Compose.
Yes, I think that was kind of where we came. I want to make that bigger.
Oh, actually, maybe that's not the right thing. I thought
no, it was a docker.md. Docker.md.
Yeah, I thought there was a Docker Compose that had all the stuff. I guess not. No. Yeah, here it is, docker.md. Oh, hang on. What did I say about branches? Original can be found here. Mozilla master branch holds a master branch. Oh, hang on. Here's what we need to do. Sorry, I accidentally clicked when I didn't mean to. Original project, Mozilla master branch holds the master. Okay, so as long as we're working out of his master branch, we're seeing the new authors stuff.
Yes.
All right, good. All right, where was Docker here? Okay, here's the quick start. So there is his registry.
Mm-hmm.
So we can start right there if I can manage to do things correctly. Get rid of that.
Oh, no. Yeah, get rid of the Explorer.
Yeah. All right. So we are looking for actually the values file, and we're going to put that right there. Put that out, and let's put this as latest. Right. The port, was it 1443 or was it 8080? I can't.
It's 80.
Yeah, I'm sure it was
Yeah, it was
8080.
8080. Yeah,
And
because we were like, oh yeah, it works on 8080. This is great.
yeah, did we use a service or did we use an ingress?
We use the service, the default OpenShift
All right.
service.
All right. Well, let's just start with a service. We can always change to be ingress. Once we get it working, we might flip back and set up ingress so we can do TLS.
Yeah, that's a very reasonable thing to do.
And then we have a couple of things: detect base URL and Redis host equals true. So let's go ahead to our deployment and look
Yeah, we'll
for. We need to add some environment variables. Oh, I've got. You see that? See that in gray?
Oh yeah.
That's GitHub autopilot right there. So it's trying to get, it's Copilot. My bad. So it's trying to guess at what I want here. But for now, we're just going to start with name, detect base URL.
Yeah, for the first iteration, we just want to do these two. But there's a bunch of environment variables we want to add as optional down the line.
Redis host value localhost lolcat host.
Yeah, we want. We're just to make this clear to anyone who's watching. We're going to try to do the basic thing before starting to spin out the different containers and whatnot inside. We want to get it to work before we go any farther.
Yeah. So that's setting that. Oh, I see. There's all these extra things.
Yeah, there's a ton of them, but we can
So
look at that.
Look at that. Here it says it defaults to 1443. Interesting. So
no,
I'm going to roll with it as it is.
Maybe it was 1443 on.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure it wasn't. So here's the Redis stuff, and so we'll look at that in a minute and get a Redis thing going. But I feel like we should at least make sure the basics work, right?
Agreed.
Right. So let's big again, and I feel like we might be able to do. So let's jump in Send. Okay, create ns send v1, send v1, helm install dash and no, get dash n send v1, send v1. We'll just call it the same thing. So that's the release name, and then we say dot because it's in our local directory. We don't need to override any values. Wow. Send templates deployment latest. Well, look at me. What kind of idiot am I?
You spell latest wrong? Colon latest?
Because this is the. God damn it. Let me just undo a bunch of shit and see. You know what? I'll just set it back to that. I don't care. I thought I was being clever. I wasn't, and I couldn't be bothered chasing up what I did wrong there. So let's try that again. All right. So that is, in theory, it is now deployed.
In
right?
theory. Yep.
And it even has some default notes about how we can access it. So let's do let me see, get all. All right, so we have a pod, service, deployment, replica set. So the usual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do logs -f and logs.
Maybe.
Get all.
Not available. Something's broken.
Well, it's not running yet. It's not running yet. See, it's 0 of.
Oh,
Well, it's not ready yet.
Yeah, it's not
0 of 1.
So
here's what I'm going to do. Oh, did it change?
Yep.
Oh, it just restarted. Okay, so I think what I need to do is back up here in here. I'm gonna comment out those.
Yeah, good call.
Right.
That's a very reasonable thing to do.
Because with that not being set, with that being set, it won't show up to be ready until this exact thing works, and then liveness will actually restart it after a minute or so if it's not working. So while we're not 100% sure what's wrong, we set those, and then we can do go back to a helm install and just change that to a helm upgrade. Right. And get all. Okay, so now it is running. So logs send v1 65. Interesting. Does it not print logs? We might have to, if we have some time and energy, we might want to jump into
there's a couple of containers in that, if I remember correctly.
Nope, that's just one.
You sure?
Yep. Well, there's just one that we started.
Okay.
Right? We created the deployment, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, then.
So can we do this? Oh. Nope. Right. Get pod. Port forward. 8080, 8080. Local host 8080. JJ?
Yes.
Maybe it is 1443.
I really don't.
I don't remember setting that.
Yeah, me neither. Hang on. Look into the Docker file.
Oh, that sucks.
Did you find it?
Yeah, okay. It is just 1443.
That's so weird.
Right. So we can fix this. 1443. That's interesting. It's 1443, but it's not TLS.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do, actually, because I don't like it being on 1443. Main port value 1443, right? Because I think that's what the doc said, right? There was a port up here, port default, yes. Right, so helm upgrade. Okay, get pods. New one is running. Do 80, 80, 80. Background it right away.
Yeah, by default, the listen port for the Node app is 1443. Yeah. That's so crazy.
Suitable address found. Okay, get pods. All right. So K get service. How IP? Can we curl that?
8080.
No, I don't think it should be 8080. I think it should be 80. There should be the load balancer on 8080 should be sending through to the port on 80, right? Let's check the service. Target port. Oh, maybe that should be 80 because it's now a type of LB. All right. Well, service port 80. That's why they're exposing it as a value, so we can change it easily like that. So helm upgrade once again. Okay, get service. Okay, get pods. Curl. Failed. Interesting.
And there's no logs from the container. Even though
there's no logs to the container. And I'm going to switch to using my terminal here because like Control E and stuff doesn't seem to work inside of the VS Code terminal. Oh, where did we go? In 2021-09-02. CD send. All right. Helm upgrade. What I was doing. Okay, get pods. Yeah, see, look, it's saying export this, right? Is echo service IP to that same 19p address. So we echo this, and that's going to give us that URL, which is the one we were curling. Failed to connect. Okay, get pods. Okay, is there still no logs? Really? ESX.
So it is running.
I mean, maybe he's just set it up to not do any logs at all. Who knows? But anyway, that's running. So can we do curl? Not found. wget. Well, there we go. That'll do. Dash o dash localhost 8080.
Try 1443.
Yep. Nope.
Okay, go to. All right. Go PS WX. All right. Go to that bin or server directory. In that server, there's a config.js. One directory up. And Or actually, just type. Can't you type env? That'll give us all the environmental variables and what they're set to.
Yeah. I'm just going to see if.
Yeah, so you're 1443 right there.
Yeah, 1443, but environment variable port.
Which is what you put in, yeah.
Right. Still
Is it there?
1443. Look, it's showing. Am I an idiot?
I think so.
Am I some kind of idiot? Oh my God, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I meant to do this.
Mm-hmm. That's
Good
hey,
thing.
we walked through it, saw the problem. It's okay.
Right.
We didn't waste days trying to figure this out.
Okay, get pods. So we're seeing the old one go, the new one come up. And so now if we do that same curl.
Yay!
Oh my God.
Good feeling, huh?
So in theory, we can now hit this and nice.
All right.
So I'm not going to bother uploading anything because we're pretty boring right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the next step is it wants a Redis host, right?
Yes.
So we go to dockerhub.com. No, we do not go there. What kind of idiot am I? We go to artifacthub.io. Too many hubs. And
So many
we
hubs.
type in Redis. And we have a few options.
Is there an official Redis?
That's what I'm looking for. Let's actually go to Redis official helm.
I mean, if push comes to shove, we just use Bitnami, I guess.
Well, I mean, I do love me Bitnami. Here we go. Redis Enterprise release using Helm charts.
No, we don't want the enterprise.
I don't know. I guess not. All right. Bitnami, you're going to do it.
Again. You win again, Bitnami.
When in doubt, Bitnami the fuck out of it.
Mm-hmm.
JJ, what's your language, please? There are children.
I know, right? Jeez.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to add Bitnami as a... Oh, we've already done that at some point. Not surprising. And so now we can literally just run helm install Bitnami. But that's not going to necessarily help us.
Can we make it a dependency?
Hang on.
Make a dependency on our chart.
Exactly. But look what I just found. There's two charts. One that does like a like standard primary, secondary type cluster, and one that does some magic clustering.
I mean, the whole point of this is to have redundancy.
Well, I mean, we get redundancy anyway, but let's see what this Redis cluster has to do. I vote we just roll straight with this because this could be... Can I do Redis cluster of one? You know what?
Doesn't sound right.
Let's just do this.
Okay.
Let's do a k create ns Redis helm install. Just run what they tell us to run. Actually, look at the Redis we get.
Are you actually reading the docs and doing what they say?
Right. So we will actually run this here, right? We will run this as a dependency, but I'm just curious to see what happens.
Okay.
Oh God. There's a 5-minute timeout hook. So here's what's going to be happening is it's going to spin up a bunch of stuff, and once it's all running, it's then going to use a post hook to actually set up the clustering.
Yep.
That might be enough. That might be enough for me to say we don't want to do that because we don't want to wait. So helm delete Redis, was it I release? And that was probably also going to be setting up some PVCs and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to wait on that. We're going to wait on PVCs. So instead, we'll do this.
Wait on one PVC.
Well, will we though? Because I
Knowing
bet
our luck,
you.
Paul. Knowing our luck.
I bet you there is somewhere in here. Let's search for. Whoa.
That's large text.
Yeah. Persistence. So I think we can do this. Enabled false. And then. Oh, good. Look at this. They're acknowledging the problematic terms.
Oh, good. Good. They were one of the ones that weren't super into that.
Yeah. So obviously there is some work to be done still because there are some, I guess it's still talking about master, but whatever. We're at least we're moving in the right direction. So we
One
can
step
set
at a time.
that. And then we want to do architecture standalone. Set standalone. Straight up architecture. Yep. And then let's just go ahead with that. Right. So k get pods. Oh, that's not a standalone. That's all right. We'll roll with that. Okay. So that's good enough to see that we can get an install happening. So let's go ahead and switch back to our send v1. So now we need to look at helm chart dependencies. And I think so. It used to be you had a separate dependencies file, and I think now do it in the chart.yaml. Here we go, right here. So let's copy and paste this and bring this into our chart.yaml. And I'm just gonna, I don't know or want or care about any of these comments. So I'm just gonna get rid of them to clean it up. Right, and so this is now Nginx. No, Redis. What did we do? It was, dude, so annoying. This mouse that I got has a free, frictionless scroll wheel.
Oh.
Which is great when you're wanting to scroll a lot. But if you even sneeze near your mouse, it scrolls.
Yeah.
And if you hit control, because you want to do control C or control E, and that just happens to be scrolling, your font size just blows up.
It's either really, really small or really, really big.
Right? So if we look at what we did here, so we want Redis, and we want it from here. So let's add that. Right. And then what version is it? The version of the Helm chart is, let me see, we can do Helm repo search. Press.
I'm going to go grab some water real quick while you're typing that out.
Please do. Helm search repo Redis. I think that's what I'm looking for. And there we go. Bitnami Redis chart version 12.7.0. Right, so that is going to get us Redis. Now what we want to do is set up a few things. So we'll want to do, first of all, let's look at the doc again for a second, the Helm doc. And we can do a when type command. I think it's just like when Redis enabled. I think that's what we need to do. And that will, if Redis enabled is false, it won't install Redis. And that means one of two things. Either I don't want Redis, or I want to be able to give it my own, an existing Redis cluster. So if I was on Amazon and I already had a Redis enterprise, I could just tie in with that by doing Redis enabled false. And so if we go into our values files now, at the bottom of this, we can start putting in some Redis values. So enabled, set it to true by default. Master persistence enabled true. We'll actually set that to false. And then click persistence enabled false. That's pretty handy. Copilot made that nice and easy. And so now we can pop back to our docs and we can look at here. So let's make sure we got the persistence. Oh, actually, there's a. Hang on, I need to let the cat out. He's meowing at the door.
Cat. Yeah. Meow. 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 Meow.
The cat was very distressed being locked in a room with me, which, I mean, you can't really blame it for that.
I'm virtually locked in a room with you.
Right? So it looks like we might even be able to do that and save being specific. Now, we may want to go through and do more stuff here. But anyway, these are just defaults I'm putting in. Anyone can override these. So my goal is to make it as quick and simple as possible, which is why I'm disabling persistence. And then I think the other thing we need to do is start setting some usernames and passwords for them to talk to each other. So username, password. Okay. Is it just straight up password?
I think so.
All right. So it looks like we have username, password. And so this is send, right? We'll want to keep them nice and simple. And then post. We'll leave that set. And we'll only use that if it needs to be set.
Mm-hmm.
So let's now look at, first of all, I want to just double check the name. Oh, is there only a password?
Yes. You connect on 6879, I think.
Right.
And then you just connect to a password, and that's it.
Okay. I had assumed there was a username. It's been a while since I've set up a Redis. Mm-hmm. And I'm a good DevOps, so I always go passwordless normally.
Of course. Why would you need a password? Everything is, you trust everybody on the internet.
Exactly. So now here we're going to do name Redis password.
Yep.
Value. Valiant guess. Values Redis password. As I'm doing these, do you want to just confirm that they are actually the correct
Yep.
values, right? And then default. That's probably fine.
There's host.
Actually, the default should be Redis dash. This. Where did it go? I think it's this dash Redis. Right. So basically, I'm saying if it's not set, I probably want the local one. And from memory, when you do a dependency, it gets the release name dash the dependency name. So we can come back and fix this if I'm wrong. So password and host.
You want us to do Redis port? And Redis DB.
Is it not going to be defaults?
I'm
assuming the defaults will just work with each other. So probably the only thing I need to do is set the host and the port.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
That's my assumption, and we'll just test that assumption right now. So let's switch to here. And with our Helm upgrade. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, Helm dependency update. Yeah, so you do have to update to fetch the dependencies, and it will put the dependencies in a local directory. There we go. See, saving one chart, downloading, sticking it into here. So now if we look at charts, you can see there's a Redis there. All right. What am I doing wrong here? Am I supposed to put it in? Let's come back to, we had the Helm website open. Search for default. Use the default function. Right, drink values, default. Oh, here we go. I think that's what I want right there. So I think the problem is I just was supposed to have it in brackets. So let me go ahead and paste that. But what I really want is it to be, I think, Redis dash. Get rid of that. And then I can get rid of that. Right, default, good work, Paul. Okay, I think that's going to give us what we need. I'm sure we could have just done it in quotes here and been a bit simpler, but let's roll with it. Yes, I'm amazing. No template full name. Include send. Oh, interesting. It's send.fullname. Huh. Ooh, cannot patch. Doesn't match set element order list. Did I do something really dumb? Where's my deployment? Redis port, Redis host. This looks fine to me. Oh, hey, look. I should have, maybe because I've got that twice. I forgot that I already done it for localhost. There we go. Now if I do a kget pods, I see this popping up. Kget service. So I actually want this right here as my Redis host. So remind me again, what was it? It is send v1 dash Redis dash master. So send v1 dash Redis dash master. Right, that should fix that. Do one more helm upgrade. Okay, get pods, it's going to fix that. Redis is pending. Okay, get PVC. We are actually still trying to get PVCs. So I screwed something up there. So let's just do master. And then slave. You know what? Let's just roll with it. It should only take a minute to get a disk mounted.
Okay.
Right. So they're both mounted. So we need to go pods, and we have an error. Is this where we have to, let's have a look at our deployment. Are we doing a security context? It's coming from there. Jump in our values, security context. HOD security context. I wonder if this is a problem right here. Let's check if we have a default HOD security context. Right, so let's, oh wait, this is a setting for Redis. So let's look at the Redis security context.
You're just trying to change the flip the.
Do we need to
Hang on here,
change
right?
from block to file or something again for this?
I think we fixed that. I think we did. I really hope not, but we're not quite there yet.
PV storage class. So it is a type of file. Is it supposed to be a type of block in order for this to work? Remember, we used to have to do this.
Yeah, I thought we fixed it on the back end.
All right. Do they have a way to chown? So we're going to have a look at templates. Let's have a look at their deployment. Stateful set. Oh, no, this is Redis. master stateful set. Okay, they don't have that weird workaround you can do. Shit. How do we add the block PVCs? Maybe we should just try that.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll get you the commands.
So at this point, while he's doing that, I'm going to do a helm delete Redis. Wait, what? No, helm delete send. One.
How do you want me to send it to you?
You can just run the commands in Tmux, right?
You and your logic. Good. Are you seeing it?
Mm-hmm.
I moved away from the screen for a second.
All right, so let's just have a quick look at that. So it's going to add a chart. It's going to deploy some stuff. It's going to set some annotations. It's going to set block as default.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do this. Let's just
hey there, Fuel. Sorry if you said this a couple minutes ago. We've been flipping back and forth. So what we're doing is we're building a helm chart for an application called Send from a stream from last week. But it looks like we ran into some issues with the storage class, so we're in the process of fixing that now.
Out of here, so it doesn't accidentally become part of the chart. And so now if we do a kget storage class, we should see block gold as default. Yes. So kget pvc. Delete pvc redis master redis. Other one, kget pvc. Helm install. Right. kget pvc. Pods. What the hell? Huh? Why didn't it install the Redis? What did I do wrong? Redis enable true. Dependency Redis when dependency is enabled. WTF, brah? Kget all. No, it's there. It's just kget pvc. I'm super confused. Okay, edit stateful set. Send you on Redis. Volume claim template. Ending. Storage class. IBM block gold default. IBM. It didn't delete the. My life, man. Helm delete. Send v1. Cat dot easy fix. Let's rerun this. Oh, because it was never bronze to start with. Gold was the default. There you go. Storage class. So now we only have one default. Okay, get PDC. So now we do a helm install. PDC. And here we go.
Yay, progress.
Indeed. Now we wait. So this is probably about as far as we'll get today. Like if we get this up and we can confirm that the Redis is being persistent, we might need to wait until next time to set up persistent disks for. We'll see how we go. Depends how long these take.
And sorry, Fuel, I just noticed you said this in the chat. The difference between bronze, silver, and gold are the IOPS and the speed, and in essence, how close they are to the actual hardware. Higher it is, or closer to gold, I guess, the faster it is. In turn, though, the more expensive.
All right. So you know what? There's a lot of stuff that goes into setting PVCs and stuff, especially setting them up well through Helm. And our goal really here is to use S3 anyway. So maybe we'll hold off on. JJ, what's wrong with your cloud?
Hey, it's your cloud too.
Not my cloud.
It takes normally up to 6 minutes. If after 6 minutes, then there's a real problem. So just deal with it.
Just bear with you. All right, we'll bear.
There we go.
Oh, there it is! Huzzah! I just needed to be a little bit more patient.
Little bit, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. All right, so now let's look at our pods. So we have some container creating happening. So watch kubectl get pods. Do this the impatient way. Whoa, my mind is blown. Apparently, my kayak is about to get delivered.
Hey, congratulations, sir.
So if that happens, actually, I need to go and make sure I'm ready for it. So I guess you get to take over and finish us off.
No, I'll just call it, and we'll pick it up again next week.
Because all you got to do here is look. Okay, get pods. We're almost running. Okay, get service. All we got to do is prove out that this is working. Maybe I can do it real quick. Fast uploads. Let's go to downloads. Let's upload a USB-C dock firewall file, firmware update file. Uploading. Do that. JJ, I'm going to put this in. You know what? I can just open this in a incognito window and click here. Link has expired. Okay. So Redis hasn't finished setting up. But I do really have to run. So I don't know. Do you want to take it over, or do we want to just call it done? And we will revisit tomorrow, next week, and keep working.
Yeah, and we can clean up the charts next week also, right? To see how it is and redeploy it and see where it goes from there.
Cool. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye.